Hi friends, welcome back to our channel, and today we are live streaming, and this is a live demonstration on access opening of this mandibular first molar. So you can see that this is, and which is basically grossly decayed. Welcome back to our channel. So this is like this is a live demonstration on access. There is a deep caries, and that is involving pulp, and this infection or this decay has progressed to pulp, so that we need or we planned to do a root canal treatment, and for that the first step is access opening. So we should just learn the basic steps of this access opening is involving pulp and this infection. So the things that we begin first in this is that we should always try to begin with a round burr, and this should be a big round burr, which should be a diamond burr. You may use carbide burr, but initially when you progress for the access opening, you should, because you are penetrating enamel, at that time you need a diamond burr, so you can start with the round burr. Okay, now where to start is always a question amongst us. See, this is caries and it is involving almost all of the occlusal surface. So anatomically start from the center, because at least whenever you are going into the inside the tooth and entering into the pulp chamber, you will get a drop inside, and in the center it is likely that most of the canals are located from the center to the mesial aspect. Okay, so we don't need to go much distally in almost each and every case. However, in primary teeth there is location of canals at the periphery, but if we are talking about this permanent tooth, mostly when we approach from the center, remove the caries, then we are just into the canal, into the pulp chamber, and we can easily locate the canal in the mesial aspects. So let us begin first. See, when we are using round burr, just begin from the center. Remove the caries, then we are just into the canal. As you can see that we are just progressing into the center. So let us begin first. See, when we are using round burr, we are just going very slow, so that you can understand it, how we progress. As you can see that we are just progressing into the center. Now we can slowly also expand to remove the caries that is there on the occlusal aspect. See, the idea behind is to gain the proper access shape, as well as remove all the caries that is there. Otherwise, if we don't remove the caries and we just focus on the access cavity shape and do the best of the root canal, then also we are going to fail in our treatment, as caries will progress and this will ultimately lead to failure of the root canal. So we need to remove the caries simultaneously as we are going into the pulp chamber. Do the best of the root canal, then also we are going to fail in our treatment, as caries will progress and this will ultimately lead to failure of the root canal. So we need to remove the caries simultaneously as we are going into the, and this is hard caries, this is not soft caries, so we need to use the burr over here, and we are using it in a slow speed so that we can understand how we are progressing into the tooth. And this is hard caries, this is not soft caries, so we need to use the burr over here, and we are using it in a slow speed so that we can understand how we are progressing into the tooth. Now you can see that we are into the center. We have almost removed the carious part. Grossly we have removed it. Let us once use the three-way syringe so that you can see it clearly. What is the part that we have removed? Still we are at the center, so we are just creating a depth over here. This is the area where we are creating a depth. Let us once use the three-way syringe so that you can see it clearly. What is the part that we have removed? Go slowly. Do not just puncture one area. Just try to creating a depth over here. This is the area where we are creating a depth. See. We got this drop. This is the drop that we were talking about. When we are slowly, just try to, you can just focus on that area. See. Now you can use the DG16 probe to see if there was a drop. Yes. So we just obtained the drop and now we can expand this area. We are not switching any bar, we are just using the round bar and we now need to expand this area. Do not go deep, otherwise you may lead to perforations. So we just obtained the drop and now we can expand this area. We are not switching any bar, we are just using the round bar and we now need to expand this area. Do not go deep, otherwise you may lead to perforations. So now see how we are expanding the area. Still we are into the medial aspect. You can just follow the outline of the tooth to form the access cavity shape. If you have the sound tooth, in that case only. See, now you can visualize that there are some orifices. Okay, you can now do one thing, that once you are able to visualize that there are some orifices, okay, you can now switch on to, if you have the sound tooth, in that case only. See, now you can visualize that there are some orifices. Okay, you can now you can switch on to the endo Z bar. This is the endo Z bar. Okay, now we can just refine the access cavity shape with this bar. Now you can easily move this bar onto the pulpal floor. See, I am moving it onto the pulpal floor because this bar has a non-cutting tip, so it will not harm the pulpal floor and you can easily use, and in this way you can use it against the wall so that you can give or remove any undermined area to have a proper straight line access. See how I am moving it. Just remove the weakened tooth structure that is there, which can be constructed later on. See how I am moving it. Just remove the weakened tooth structure that is there, which can be constructed later on. Remove those areas that are just obstructing the orifices. Now once you have done this, you can just use the three-way to visualize how are the orifices that we are just looking at. So now you can clearly see, use this DG16 probe over here. Always use this DG16 probe to explore these canal orifices. See, the probe will get engaged into the orifices. If that is a proper orifice, you can leave the probe or the DG16 probe, it will engage into those orifices. Again, look for the other mesial orifices, mesiobuccal orifice, then the mesiolingual orifice. So this is the excess that we are just getting. We can now remove the other stains that are there, or remove the caries that is there. Again switching on to the round bar and removing the other stained area or the carious areas that is there. Again switching on to the round bar. Try to get the caries free tooth so that you don't have any caries left over. This is one of the principal aspects of access opening, that you should remove all the caries and have as much sound tooth structure left with a proper straight line access. This all areas can be rebuilt once you have done with your endo treatment or pre-built before proceeding into the root canal. With a proper straight line access. This all areas can be rebuilt once you have done with your endo treatment or pre-built before proceeding into the root canal. Now we have almost removed the weakened tooth structure that was there. Do not run this round burr or any other diamond burr straight into the pulp chamber. It will lead to perforation. Okay, I am just using it against the wall to refine it. You can definitely use the endo Z burr, that is the most safest burr that you can use against the wall. So always try that you get a straight visualization of the canal orifices when you see or observe the tooth from your eyes. This will help you. Once you can visualize, once you can see the canal orifices, that means you can now easily get your files into the canals without any obstruction. If the wall would have been here, then you would have entered like this from the distal aspect. That would not lead to straight line access and you may separate the instrument. So getting a straight line access is a way that you will be free of getting any instrument separation also. So once done, what you can do now is, since you are assured that these are the canal orifices, you can proceed with one more thing, and that is try to use a 10K or 8K file you can use. Over here we are using a 10K file. You can also use an 8K file also. This is just for initial canal negotiation. You have to negotiate that these are the canals only. Okay. So suppose we are using this 8K file into a distal orifice. See, the file should get engaged into the distal orifice like this. And there should be a resistance from the walls. So this will help you understand that there is no perforation, there is no bleeding from the canal, profuse bleeding. Instead, if there is a perforation, then the file would not go smoothly, and it would not be, you would not feel any resistance while withdrawing the file, because the file is not into the canal but is into the soft tissue, so you would feel any soft tissue feeling, and not the wall feeling of a wall, rubbing the file against a wall. So when you are feeling a file rubbing against the wall or resistance against the wall, this is a surety that you are into the canal, when you are into a proper anatomical shape. Now when you have done with the distal, you can just move into the mesial orifices. This is the mesiobuccal. You can just leave the file and it is engaged at an angulation in the mesiobuccal. We have not taken the working length, we are just going for the initial negotiation. Okay, as much file can go freely into the canal. And now you clear the file again, and now you again go into the, we have not taken the working length, we are just going for the initial negotiation. Okay, see, we are into the mesiolingual canal, just going freely, as much freely we can go, and we are assured that there is a resistance. And now you again go into the, we have not taken the working length, we are just, now you can visualize that these are the canals. Always use a 3-way syringe in a horizontal direction, away from the direct vertical approach. Okay, just like this, and you are into the canal orifices. Right, now you can begin with other things also. For example, you can use the GG drills in some of the cases. So this is the GG drill, and there are different sizes of these GG drills. Okay, just look at that GG drill, as you can see over here. For example, you can use the GG drills, and we can enlarge the canals. So this is the GG drill, and there are different. So what we are doing now is we are just switching on to the GG drills over here. Look at that GG drill, as you can see over here. For example, you can use the GG drills, and we can, I am just showing you the demonstration of how we can use the GG drills. So what we are doing now is we are just switching on to the GG drills over here. GG drill, as you can see over here. For example, you can use the GG drills, and we can, I am just showing you the demonstration of how. Now we are just into the orifices, and we are just using the GG drill. This is size 1 GG drill to enlarge the canal orifices. See how the debris are coming out. Do not go beyond the orifices, just as smoothly as you can enter into the orifices. See how the orifices have been enlarged. Although some authors predict not to use the GG drills, as it would weaken the tooth or the root and will lead to fracture, but I would prefer using it to get a proper visualization, and not much, just one size 1 or size 2. Based on the rings, you get to understand which size you are using. I would prefer using it to get a proper visualization, and not much, just one size. Now when you have just opened the orifices, see now. So now you are into the proper axis, where you have just removed the caries over here and entered into the pulp chamber, and you are into the axis. So this was all about the axis. As you can visualize over here, that you have done a proper axis opening. So hope you got my point, and we would be back with the biomechanical preparation.